Welcome to the Loot Fiends Ritual pre-launch hype league start episode. I'm Ringo, and joining me as always,
Lazy Silver. Welcome, everybody.
patch notes just hit about 5 hours ago or so.
Not too long ago, yeah. With just enough time for us to review them.
Not a whole lot in those patch notes. It was one of the more tamer ones, honestly.
As far as skill balance and stuff goes,
Yeah.
there was, actually a surprising amount of little quality of life stuff, I thought.
Yeah,
Was
oh
nice.
yeah, for sure. Which, the biggest one to me is the one you pointed out to me earlier, which was the Temple of Atzoatl and Syndicate hideouts open at the map device now.
Yeah, when you go to open
thank
portals to go there.
God.
Yeah, they just pop up on your map device now, so you don't have to have, your Alva specifically placed so she has enough room. And
So that's pretty huge. Another quality of life thing that they added is, well, it's not really, I guess you could call it quality of life. Cartographers' strong boxes can spawn in red maps now,
which is totally dope.
which is fucking awesome.
Those will be a nice little pop, plus them putting Strongbox on the Ascendancy options for your Atlas makes that pretty fucking cool.
Especially early, that might change the region I want to hammer at first when I get into red maps.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, it's really interesting.
The only time I've seen that happen before is in the it's not Torment, it's the Mayhem leagues.
Yeah, the Mayhem leagues, they can spawn wherever.
And I've hit a couple in Mayhem leagues on like a tier 15, and holy shit, does it feel great. You just get 10 red maps right there on the floor. Bloop, there you go.
Oh yeah,
It's amazing.
they're great.
And well, the thing that's cool about that too is that'll shake up the solo self-found hardcore race big time, or it could, has the potential to.
Oh yeah.
That could save you hours of trying to grind to get that right map for your last watchstone or whatever.
Oh yeah, it could definitely influence some things, which is to me what makes PoE racing awesome. Mm-hmm. Because you never know when that one item drop is just going to turn the race on its head.
Well, there was a short race. I think it was to normal Azaro, and Havoc hit 3 speed shrines in a row in 3 consecutive zones. And it was hilarious because people were
flipping out.
You can see them rolling their eyes like a fucking course,
Or when a certain tabula rasa changes the pace of the, Exile con race.
Yeah.
Weird things happen.
Yeah, that was brutal. So what other quality of life did you see that you liked?
Especially on skills, a lot of the skill changes seem kind of lackluster. It didn't address the problems with the skills, in my opinion, but some of them were actually really well thought out. So, instead of Flame Blast gaining 5% ignite chance per stage now,
oh, it's just 50%.
It's just 50% at all stages.
Yeah, that's nice. Underwhelming because it needs more than that, but that's a good quality of life type of thing.
Yeah, if you're already playing Flame Blast for some reason because that's your skill and that's your baby and you enjoy it and that's what you always play, awesome change.
Yeah, and if you're doing proliferate and you're not blowing up the whole pack, that's way nice. Then if you hit hard enough that on the second stage you're blowing it up, well, you might not be proliferating a whole lot of ignites.
Right. But
and now you just are.
Yeah, it's fine.
So that's sweet.
Really nice change for them, Lightning Strike or Lightning Call or whatever it was called. They just took a damage penalty off the extra bolts it shot out.
Was that Storm Call?
Storm Call. Yeah, that's what I was thinking of. They just took the damage penalty off for that. They're like, it's not being played a ton. Let's just see if this gets it up there. You know what I mean?
Sure.
So there was a lot of nice changes in the way skills were played too that I found kind of interesting. Even if the skill that doesn't boost the skill into Metaville, it'll be nice.
It's still nice, right? I'll tell you the biggest quality of life thing I saw that I completely forgot to mention is that in influence maps, Cirrus can appear now.
Oh, just pop in and wreck your day.
Yeah, so that's sweet. That's good quality of life.
We'll see what they actually gave him, because it could be Shaper level of pop in your maps where he just pops in, chucks a few balls and.
I think he's going to make his void zones, because people have been talking about that for a long time, of how that would be cool.
Or maybe he'll just pop you in and hit you with a triple die laser and fuck off.
From across, just murk you as soon as you load in and fuck you, have a nice day.
Yeah.
So, I
feel like I'm playing Betrayal League for the first time all over again.
Look, dude. Jonas was perfectly balanced. All right? With his glowy bullshit floors.
Yeah.
So Yeah, that's gonna be pretty cool. I didn't see anything skill gem wise that made me go, "Ooh, wow, I gotta play that." I don't know enough about what was it? Is it Hex Blast?
The one that jumped out, yeah, I don't know. The Hex Blast change sounds interesting, but I don't know enough Hex Blast. I've never.
It got
played
like a 50% damage increase.
Yeah, well, the other one, I'm gonna say, if you're a summoner out there, or if you're a kind of minion player out there, and you're sad about the Golem and Spectre nerfs, play Skelly Mages. They got a 50% more damage buff, and their projectiles go twice as fast. There's 3.12 builds out there. You can find them that have like 10 million DPS with Skelly Mages. So like,
yeah,
okay,
that could be pretty good.
That's probably going to be one of the better minion builds, like in my uneducated guess. You know what I mean?
Right, for sure.
Or partially educated guess. But I think that'll be really cool.
Another one that got that was already kind of meta that got a buff was Blade Blast.
Yeah.
I got what, 14% AoE?
AoE bonus. So, yeah. If you're looking for a spellcasting build, Blade Blast is probably your league starter.
But it was mostly played as Assassin. And Assassin kind of got a little bit. So
a little bit, but not enough. I think that I think there will probably be a way to play it with a new Inquisitor. Or Elementalist, if you're converting, is probably going to be pretty good.
Yeah, that's fair too. Yeah, Elementalist looking.
So I think Blade Blast itself is a strong enough skill. It's going to be played on. You can play it on multiple ascendancies.
Sure. Chieftain. It was popular on Chieftain too. It's just you have to have the Legion gloves that give you explodey on kill.
Oh yeah.
Because you can't fit a chest on because you wear calms.
That's fair.
So Blade Blast was cool. The only other thing I saw that was like noteworthy meta wise, Contagion got an AoE nerf.
Right. Well, its AoE got pretty big anyway. So
yeah.
Like, I don't think.
But the big one was Earth Shatter. It got a 2 or 3 range penalty for the way that the waves travel out.
Oh, gotcha.
And then they're going to travel out, and they're not going to be in like that perfect star formation anymore.
Oh, where they just all hit the same
thing?
Where
the target in the middle is getting hit by at least half of every pillar.
Right. So it'll take some of the single target off of it.
Yeah, that'll nerf the shotgunning a little bit of it. And with the range nerf, maybe that makes it a little awkward. It's still going to be good. It's going to be a good skill.
It just might be a little awkward when you're trying to fight Sears or something.
Oh, I forgot. They did something with Enduring Cry too, where like mobs have a cooldown resistance to it.
Oh, gotcha. So like you can't Enduring Cry the same mobs.
You can't just spam them like you used to, which that might get a little weird because that's part of the Earth Shatter rotation, right? Is all the war cries to exert and then make your exerts do more.
Yeah, but I would assume you're usually only war crying a pack once, because then you're kind of exploding that pack. Like,
no, you war cry, slam, and then double war cry, and then slam again.
Oh, okay.
So it's like a flow thing.
Okay.
So if you hit a pack with it, and it's like a juicy pack, and you don't one shot everything, well, you're not getting like that debuff on them, and you're not generating anything off the next time you would do it.
Gotcha. So it could actually potentially mess up your damage.
It would probably only come into play on like Delirium level maps, like juicy maps, or maybe Ritual. I don't know. I haven't played it yet.
Beefy Ritual gets.
Yeah, if Ritual gets like super beefy ads, the higher you go, it could get a little awkward there, just because you have no room to run. It's just the same pack over and over. But as far as like meta skills or whatever, those were the only ones that I saw that were in the notes, really.
Yeah, not much got changed. I mean, besides nerfs. But
what
they did miss kind of the point on some skills, which made me a little sad. For example, Reeve and Sunder.
Yeah,
they got AoE and damage buffs, but like
they don't feel the same.
What was wrong with those skills?
They don't feel. You took Sunder from when you nerfed that.
The multi-strike nerf is what killed him.
Well, the multi-strike nerf
killed him to me.
No, the feel of Sunder was killed when they made you hit with both hands.
Oh, gotcha.
Because the feel of Sunder was getting that 36% more attack speed
Yeah, and they
from
nerf
Prismatic
dual wielding and
Eclipse.
whatnot. It all boils down to is it doesn't attack fast enough now.
Yeah, and it never wrecked the world as far as like bossing went or anything like that. It was just a fun league starter.
Oh yeah, and part of that was because Gladiator was so broken, and they nerfed Glad now.
Yeah,
So,
well,
like,
if with the changes of Slayer this league, if they reverted Sunder, I would slap on a Soul Taker axe, and I would play Slayer with Hemophilia gloves,
fair.
and and I would just go to town.
If Sunder was still good, well, I'd be playing Reeve Blade Flurry again if Reeve felt like it used to.
Yeah,
But
yeah, it's
anymore you need like Awakened Multi-Strike to make those two skills feel very good, just to get their attack speed high enough to where they
Right.
feel playable.
Yeah, you made a really good point there. There's several skills that over the last year, 2 years that they've really changed their identity. Brands still feel okay, but brands don't feel like brands anymore. They feel like totems.
Gotcha. Because they return to where you put them.
Yeah, so they don't feel like brands. The whole seek and destroy everything that you had for that first year that they were out, which I thought was very awesome. Is just cool to have like your own little like heat-seeking missile, so to speak.
Oh, and it's just fun to run through a map spamming one button. Like the one button builds are getting kind of lost in my opinion. Like everything's moving to a 2 and 3 button build, and like, I mean, sure that makes things more interactive and to a certain extent more interesting, but that's not necessarily a playstyle I enjoy.
Well, over the entire player base, why do you think that Cyclone's one of the most played skills?
Yeah, you just hold one button and go.
And sometimes you have to like leap slam.
It's why KB is super, like Wander's super big a lot of point, right? You're
Right.
just clicking KB.
Yeah.
Hey, you're doing your flash piano and stuff, you know what I mean? But there's not a ton of, it's not like mines where you're like, all right, I'm going to throw all these mines, I'm going to detonate all these mines, and I'm going to,
Right.
or ED Contagion or any of those. Blade Fall, Blade Blast. But it thinks more and more to get the power you need to clear stuff. That's what it's going to. And I don't know. I guess that's not really the playstyle I enjoy, so it's kind of making me sad to see that.
Right.
But we'll see where it takes it. Relating to Sunder, though, did you see one nice thing if you do want to play a one-handed axe build?
What's that?
They buffed Jack the Axe quite a bit.
They got rid of like the big life leech on it though, didn't they?
Yeah, but they switched it to a notable that gives some life leech.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I did see the damage got, and that was always the starter axe.
Yeah, that was always the starter axe, and that got a big buff. So,
Yeah, so
any
that's
kind
kinda
of
cool.
one-handed attack axe bleed builds you're gonna play, Jack the Axe is probably a pretty cheap, good starting weapon.
Yeah.
So throw that out there. But enough about bitching about the patch notes. Real question is, what are you league starting?
I am either going to start with a Vortex Occultist or Wintertide brand Occultist.
Going occultist. I like it.
I want to rush to the Maven as fast as I can. And I want to be able to farm bosses week 1, like Uber Elder, Cirrus 8, and all that stuff. And Occultist is good. It got a little bit better clear now that Profane Bloom is a 40% chance to impulses a pack versus a 25. So that's going to be... That's what I'm going to be starting with.
Well, and that was occultist bigger of the two problems. Like, you never had a problem bossing, so it gave a clear boost.
You need some clear. And who knows, maybe some of the new uniques or new something is going to be...
new ways to get AoE on stuff.
Yeah, is going to make it even smoother for map clear. What about you? What are you starting?
I think I'm going Frostblade's Raider. Like, I usually play minion builds, but... Skellies don't really attract me that much. I think Skelly mages are going to be incredibly strong, and if I was going to play a summoning, like a minion build, I would play them. But I like more the perma minion playstyle, like golems or specters, or I don't like having to summon my shit all the time.
Yeah, that's fair.
So, like, they don't really attract me that much, and I wanted to play something completely different. Raider got a rework, actually got a buff when a lot of the ascendancies got nerfs. Permaphasing's kind of gross.
Yeah, it's pretty sweet.
I think I'm going to play Raider Frostblades. Plus, it seems completely amazing in Ritual. Just being able to freeze everything, shatter everything, don't have to worry about on-death mechanics.
Yeah.
Everything's coming to you, your shit chains, so you're hitting everything. Like, it just seems really good for Ritual. Same way Skelly mages do, because you're just standing there resummoning your shit, and they're going to blow everything up. Vortex, I gotta assume, is going to be great for that as well. You're just going to drop your shit.
If you can pump some AoE, it's just gonna take up like a whole part of that area.
I think all three of those are really good picks. I guess we got an attack build, a spellcaster build, and a summoner build there, so we did pretty good.
Yeah, that should cover the three like main bases.
And then again, part of me wants to go to total baller and play Flicker. I'm not gonna lie.
That's a fool's game, son. That is a fool's game.
Well, I mean, I keep thinking about it, and I'm like, in Ritual, it's going to be great. It limits you to the square. You're just going to hold right-click and just be like, close your eyes and let her go, you know?
All right, you play Fire Flicker with Onigoroshi, and then you have... oh, no, they got rid of Molten Strike.
Well, if I was going to play Flicker, I was going to go something totally spicy and do like Elemental List with Oro, since you got that node that every damage from hits ignites, so you're just guaranteed all your chains, even on bosses, and you just, boop, here we go.
Yeah. Yeah, Flicker's a fool's errand, though. That's not a good skill to dodge things with.
I know. But it always intrigues me. I just love the map clear on it. It's so much fun.
Yeah, but you didn't, like, I played it hard during, what was that? It was Legacy League.
Oh, yeah, back in the day.
And, like, my eyes still hurt from playing that. And that was back when Reflect could just be on a random elite in the map. So, like, it was just Jesus take the wheel, right-click, and...
RNG if you were dying this
yeah, you count to, like, 20 and see if you die on a beach map. You know, and that was how I played it.
I kind of like that in a build. Like, to me, it's like playing Belcher in Magic. Do they have the counter? No?
Yeah.
Then we clear the map.
Yeah, you hold right click for a long, and beach was perfect because you could chain the whole beach.
Oh, yeah.
And you'd just be sitting there and you'd be watching a YouTube video or something, listening for an exalt sound, and then sometimes you just hear, ah, and you're like, oh.
And you're in your hideout.
That dude had Reflect. All right. Noted. Yeah, God, I'm so glad they took that out. Now it's just an affix that rolls on the whole fucking map versus, like, well...
That one pack could be chilling.
Mr. Bond, one of these cups has the antidote. You know, like that kind of shit. Yeah, I mean, Flicker is fun. I haven't played that in a long time.
Cyclone's going to be just as good as it was.
Cyclone Slayer might be sweet.
It's actually going to be better, dude. Being able to get Leech on the 2-point, oh... delicious. Grab a Terminus S, let's go.
Yeah.
I'll pull you at least through up to red maps. Like,
yeah, I could see. It's just Cyclone's like kind of weird because you have to go for an Exquisite Blade now because Starforge just got taken out back and shot last league.
That's fair.
Because Starforge was always the end game goal.
Well, let me ask you this. What do you think the +1 is, the Maven's Orb up is on the hybrid % damage and attack speed off of Fiery Boy?
Oh, off of Warlord?
I'm going to say you're probably going to be able to make some sick fucking weapons with Maven's Orbs.
It'd probably be like based off of what we've seen so far, just pure speculation, I'd say like +1 to physical gems. Socketed physical gems.
I think they would give it a little bit something more thematic to what it's with, right? Like %int got +int gems, so I understand that.
Yeah.
But I would assume either... Yeah, I have no idea.
I don't know.
Like give it some overwhelm on it or something?
I hadn't even thought of the weapon affixes. I'd just been thinking of the armor ones.
Yeah, I guess that's part of the reason I haven't really worried about the nerfs too much is because we're going to be getting more powerful affixes and we're getting Harvest back in some form.
Yeah, that's the point. Like a lot of people are not happy with the... Well, I mean, I guess it's like a disconnect, right? Because like it was presented that like the Ascendancies were getting reworked or a little bit buffed even, and then like 6 or 7 of them kind of got bitch smacked a little bit.
Well, I think it'd be different if the past patch notes had the new tier 0 modifiers in it. So people would be going, oh shit, I'm losing this, but I'm gaining this over here.
Well,
holy
that
crap.
People aren't remembering that, like you said, Harvest is coming back. That kind of power comes with a cost. That's just plain and simple. You don't get to keep your Ascendancy that's been fucking amazing for the last 3 years, 2 years, unchanged. With Harvest coming back.
Power of crafting.
And speaking of Harvest, they said today that there will be a Hoarder crafting station in the Sacred Grove that also, once you unlock it, goes to your hideout. because otherwise it'd be like RNG of you being able to go and hit it.
Be able to do your crafting, right?
But you can hold 10 crafts.
10 crafts up to 10 crafts.
Yeah, which is pretty sweet.
That's really dope. Like,
well, and since they're in your hideout, it's gonna be easy to sell them.
Oh yeah, and even things like the resistance switching early league, if you get a few of those, it's going to be amazing. Like,
and not only that, you get, you like if you're beelining through maps or beelining through Delve, and you just stash a couple like eye level 84 weapons, and then anytime you hit a harvest, it's reroll fizzy or whatever you're gunning for. You just have free you have free lottery tickets to try to hit a big weapon.
Oh yeah, I look at it this way. My gear during Harvest was 10 times better than anything I had in any previous league.
So
even if I'm only seeing Harvest, and I mean, if you focus it, you can probably see it pretty often. But even if I'm seeing Harvest a fifth of the time I did during Harvest League, or I get a fifth of the crafts,
right,
I'm still doubling my character's gear strength.
Right. Yeah, so like losing your 30% or 40% damage is probably going to be okay.
When my gear's twice as good.
Right.
So I think that's how at least I'm trying to choose to look at it. Okay, I won't get upset about that stuff because I don't know what all items are in there.
Right.
I'll judge it once I get in there and play with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I do think it's interesting. I'm really interested to see how much harvest we actually get.
Yeah, I am too, because I had a lot of fun crafting stuff that league.
So, looks like we accidentally almost did a full episode. I was intending for this to be a quick hitter, what are you league starting, but I think that's pretty much I had. Any final thoughts from you?
No, that's it. If only I had a KFC console that I could keep my tendies warm while I play this league start Friday, I'd just be so much happier.
We both would.
But here we are.
Well, other than that, we'll see you guys at League Start. We'll be trying to do our normal episode this weekend, so it should be another one early out next week. If you have any ideas for League Starters, hit us up on Twitter. Let us know what your League started.
Yep, at Loot Fiends and at RNG Gorilla.
Have a good one, everybody.
Yep, see ya.